this is the only... Alright. This is the only thing that I've planned to say for this video, which isn't really my style. I like to plan and stuff like that, but for this one, I'm just gonna have to do this. So anyway, this is what I plan to say, this little piece right here. When I was in theater school, we used to do these things called auto dramas, where you would basically stand in front of the class and just try to be real and emotional, and I always hated them because I felt that everybody was being fake as fuck. Myself included. I was not immune from that whatsoever. Everybody was thinking like, oh, what's the sad part of me that I want to show to everybody, and by doing that, I feel like you can't. You've already fucked up. Like, if I could just take the camera and put it inside my brain and let you walk around in a virtual reality world with all my thoughts, then that would be ideal, because then you could really see how I feel and all the small connections and what they mean and stuff like that. But I have to try to take all that and to put it into words, which is like 2 dimensions in comparison to what thoughts are. And yeah, so basically that's what you're getting into right now. I'm going to try to be as real and honest as possible, but take it with a grain of salt that I am also talking about being famous in a medium where potentially millions and millions of people can see me. And everything that I say, whether I want it to or not, is going through a filter, and that filter is saying, oh, do you want people to see this? And before it goes to the filter, was what you just said honest? So I'm going to try to bypass that filter as much as possible, but again, just keep that in mind watching this. And please be nice to me if I fucking say some shit that's embarrassing. Anyway, okay, so do I want to be famous? I think there's different ways to look at it. So let's look at the way that I think most people view fame, love and admiration. So, love and admiration. When I was growing up, I don't feel that I got enough love and admiration. And there was a person in my family who I adored a lot, and I was bullied by that person a lot. And I have not gotten over that. I really haven't, I don't think. And so I think part of the reason why I was drawn to the arts and drawn to a career that could potentially put me in a place of fame was trying to compensate from that. Now, I have gotten over it a lot, so I guess that wasn't exactly true, that I haven't gotten over it at all. I don't even know if that's what I said, but yeah. So that's one lens that I'm approaching this with. There we go. That's one lens that I'm approaching this with, is from that, is love and admiration, me feeling that the person that I wanted admiration and love from the most, I didn't really get it growing up. So that's a factor. The second part of do I want to be famous, and so to the first part is yes, I want to be famous, because somewhere in my head thinks that, oh, if you're famous, then that will result in love and admiration, which I know consciously isn't true. I know that it really won't bring me any real love. People might like my art and that might make me feel good, but ultimately I don't think it's going to enhance any connections with any individual person on the planet, which is what true love is. Okay, so there's that. So yes to love and admiration. I guess I'm going to try to make this like categories. The next one is okay, because a part of me doesn't want to be famous. A part of me, also when I was a kid, I didn't really act out a lot. I did a little bit, like I would stick batteries in the VCR and I would stick cookies in the VCR and stuff like that. But I think that's just because I wanted to do that. I don't think that really had anything to do with attention necessarily. I think I was more curious for the reaction than I was. Well, maybe it was attention, I guess. I don't know. But something about it makes me feel like I just really wanted to do that. Like it was just a desire, like I had to stick batteries in the VCR, especially once I knew that I wasn't supposed to do it. Anyway, enough about batteries in the VCR. But, okay, so growing up, I loved being alone. There was one door in my house growing up that locked, and it was my parents' room, and when I would come home from school, I would go in there and I would lock the door and I would watch cartoons. Like, that's just what I wanted to do. Even now, like, I think it's why I love living in a car so much, is because I just get to be alone, and I love solitude. I love being alone. So, in that regard, when I think about being famous, it makes me not want it at all. Like, I think I would hate my life if I couldn't walk down the street and without people talking to me or anything like that. I think that's why I'm also drawn to doing voice acting work, because it gives me a little bit of fame, but also it pretty much keeps the way I look anonymous. People might know my name, but unless they've looked at my picture, then nobody knows who I am. But still, I get that little taste of it and whatever. So I think that's why I'm specifically drawn to voice acting and producing cartoons and stuff like that. Okay, so in the regard of just being seen in public, no, I don't want to be famous at all. I don't think I think I could tell myself, like, oh yeah, you know, you'll like it, you'll be different, but deep down I feel like I will be the person that will probably be the worst. I will probably be the person that punches a cameraman in the face and tells people to fuck off. Like, that's probably because I just feel like that's who I love solitude so much, you know? And I think I wouldn't like that aspect of being famous. The filter just came up. That little look away was because I wanted to say, no, I don't think that I think I could actually do it and not be angry at people and stuff. But you know what? I think deep down that I would, because when I work with a lot of, I do a lot of background acting, and so I'm with famous people a lot, and I have no desire to talk to them. I have desire to talk to them, but I know what that takes away from them, and so I would have no desire to do it. And so I don't understand why people want to go run up and talk to famous people. I mean, I guess I understand it, but I don't understand why they do it. I feel like that it's a very selfish thing to do. It really is. That person doesn't want to talk to you. They don't want to take your picture. They're in front of camera. They get paid to be in front of cameras. That's their job. They've worked their ass off to do that. So why do you think you should go and get to do that for free? I don't know.